A new push from the SNP for independence following the coronavirus pandemic has been ridiculed by a TV host, who pointed out that Scotland, which had already been struggling prior to the lockdown, would only worsen its economic forecasts by holding a referendum. The SNP's Alex Neil revealed a new push from Nicola Sturgeon's party for an independence referendum in the wake of the coronavirus pandemic. He told RT that the lockdown and health crisis had exemplified the difference between Scotland and England in many ways. However, the RT host ridiculed the new plot, suggesting that an independent Scotland wouldn't have the economic clout needed to survive post-pandemic. The SNP MSP had complained that the UK government was not handing Scotland enough money in the wake of the lockdown. He explained, "We had an independent report published in Scotland showing we need to spend £7 billion in the next year to make sure we have an economic recovery, and we need to borrow a lot of that money. Under the Soutland Act we can only borrow £450 million while the UK government can borrow £750 billion from the central bank. We only need 1% of that figure, and yet we have to wait for Boris Johnson to say whether he will allow us to borrow that money." He added, "We should be able to make that decision ourselves." The RT host fired back, "But Alex, the UK government has saved businesses with the furlough scheme. An independent Scotland wouldn't have that economic and political clout." Mr. Neil responded, "That is rubbish. It is all being funded by being borrowed from the central bank, basically printing new money. An independent Scotland would be in the same position as Westminster." The SNP MSP went on to criticise previous claims that the referendum in 2014 was once-in-a-generation vote. He said, "The events in the last 6 years have transformed the situation from where we were deciding Scotland's future in 2014. We have Brexit set to be finalised at the end of the year and the coronavirus crisis in health and economy. We need to apply our own resources in dealing with that. Many things have changed since that referendum was held. Support for independence is steadily climbing, and the latest poll this week showed support at 54%. However, experts have warned that any new move for independence would worsen already dismal forecasts for Scotland's economy.